Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Selling from the Stage Challenge. Go ahead and get on camera. Jump on camera. We'll get started in about 2 or 3 minutes as people find their way here. Never eat almonds right before a presentation. Oh my gosh, I've got like almonds stuck in my throat. Welcome, everybody. You are here for the Selling from the Stage Challenge. And we are going to be focusing on speaking and selling from the stage, which means you have to be on camera. You do not get to be off camera. This whole thing is about visibility, about connection, about speaking, about selling, about connecting with people, about being captivating, about being absolutely mesmerizing. And you can't do that off camera. So jump on camera, everybody, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes for people to find their way, since this is our day one, and they will get here and get in and get going. So welcome, everybody. If you would start, please, by throwing into the chat, why did you show up today? Besides my charming personality, my charming and pleasing personality, Wendy and Julie and Michael and Renee and Karina and Chuck, waiting for you to get on camera. Alan, I'm looking for you. Heidi, get on camera. Where is Melissa and Jeff and Alexis and Rochelle and Gail? Come on, we're getting on camera. This is a speaking topic, and speakers don't hide out. I actually will start today with a story that's going to blow your mind, and it will make you want to get on camera so fast, because you're like, I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be that person. So welcome, everybody. You are here for the Selling from the Stage Challenge, and we're going to get started in about 1 to 2 minutes, just waiting for folks to find their way. And while we're waiting for folks to find their way, please put in the chat, why did you show up today? Why did you show up today? Thank you, Alexis. Loving my energy. You ain't seen nothing yet. I'm here because I get to be on stages this year and make a big impact in the world. Great. I need help developing myopic and getting speaking engagements. Great. Trying to get my technology to work. I can't help you with that. Somebody said I'm getting caffeine. I'll be on camera. I have gaps I want to fill in with my speaking. Speaking more and getting comfortable selling, leaping out of my comfort zone. I love it. I'm ready to speak from the stage to get the money back. I want to learn from you. Hello, Sue Humphrey. All right, welcome, everybody. We're going to give it about 1 more minute. If you're here, you need to be on camera, because I'm going to blow your mind with a story at the beginning of this that's going to make you realize how you may or may not be showing up. So jump on camera, grab your water, grab your pen, grab your notebook. We're just 1 minute away from getting started. You are here for the Selling from the Stage Challenge. Selling from the Stage Challenge. So we will get going here in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, put in the chat, why did you show up today? What do you want out of today? This is a 3-day challenge. This is day 1 of 3 days. Tell me what you want, because I also tweak my content to serve the room. All right, team said the live now email just hit. So that means some last minute folks are going to find their way here, and we will be letting them in. We will be letting them. Oh, we had internet hiccups today, and I was sending the team a Slack, just making sure that our reminder email went out, and my wife and business partner just said, oh my God, you went silent for 30 seconds. I thought we totally lost internet. I'll keep doing this, so if I'm silent, nobody thinks we lost internet. Awesome. How to connect with groups to get on stage. Simply understand how to sell from the stage, how to obtain leads, sell my idea. I want what you've got. Suzanne Riley, you can have what I've got. You may want to give it back once you get what I got. Need confidence, never spoken before, to be an engaging speaker. I love it. You are all in the right place. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. We are going to jump in and get started. Thank you for being here, being on time, being ready to rock and roll. I am Suzanne Evans, and I'm going to be your host for these 3 days. And please, if you are here, Jessica and Melissa and Sandra and Tamika and Evelyn and Carolyn and Melanie and Alicia and Megan and Joanna, get on camera. You're going to see why in a few minutes, why getting on camera is the #1 way to make money. Somebody put that in the chat. The #1 way to make money in the day and time we live in is to be visible. It is to be seen. It is to be on camera, right? Zoom is the new room. You can put that in the chat too if you want to. Zoom is the new room. And that means, let me just say this. If we were in a hotel ballroom, and we were having this meeting, which is where most meetings have, in a hotel ballroom or some type of networking event, and you were like, wow, I'm here to connect. I'm here to have an impact. I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to maybe get joint venture partners. I'm here to maybe get speaking gigs. I'm here so that I'm seen, that I'm visible. Lots of you were saying, I want to have an impact on the world. You want to do all those things, and you walk into the hotel ballroom like this. You go, hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here because I'm here to make a difference. I'm here to actually connect with people. I'm here to get leads. I'm here to be visible. I want to make a difference in the world. You would look so stupid. You would look so stupid. You would never do that. But it's exactly what you do on Zoom when you hide out, when you don't get on camera and you don't show up and you're not visible, right? It's exactly what you do. So I'll start today by asking you, how many of you have never been to a training of mine before? How many? Just put me in the chat if this is your first time connecting with me or meeting me or being in a training with me. Love it. Welcome, Rosemary. Welcome, Scott. Welcome, Martin and Melanie. And wow, lots of you, and Crystal and Joanna. I love it. Welcome to my world. So I'll share with you why I'm dressed the way I'm dressed, and then I'm going to tell a story about visibility, because what we're going to be talking about over the next 3 days is all about visibility. And I want you to understand what you're speaking, what visibility, what all of that, the impact that that can have on you, have on your bank account, have on your world, have on your business, right? So I'm in these clothes because shortly after I wrap up today, I have had the great pleasure and privilege of launching a program with the amazing Marion Jones. If you don't remember Marion Jones, she won 6 medals in the Olympics. She went on to be a WNBA star. She was a household name. She was on the cover of Vogue, the cover of Sports Illustrated, the cover of Time, the cover of Newsweek. And we have launched a program that starts in just like an hour after I wrap this. And a part of that is physical training with Marion. So I am dressed for us to do that program and to be a part of that program this afternoon. Why am I sharing that with you? I'm sharing this with you because she told a story to my elite clients. My elite clients are my clients who make between 6 figures and $1 million. We had about 50 of them in a room last week. And when Marion was there and she was speaking, someone asked her, actually, I think it was me that asked her, I said, how did you become so coachable? How did you become so coachable? When she won the NCAA championship with her team at Carolina, Sylvia Hatchell, the coach, said, 40 years as one of the top women's basketball coaches in the country, and I've still never met someone as coachable as Marion Jones. I won't give the person away in here and point them out, but one of Marion's coaches, I think, is on this training today. And one of her track and field coaches says, training Marion is a delicate balance because when you train her, you have to be careful because sometimes being finished for Marion looks like puking in the bushes, right? And so I asked Marion, all these people talk about how coachable you are. How did you become so coachable? And she said, when I was young, my stepfather sat me down and he said, if you're going to play on a team, never break the gaze of your coach. And whatever they are saying, right, you, even if you're not sure you agree, make sure you enroll them and convince them that you agree with everything they're saying and you're going to take it and immediately implement it. And he said, you'll be shocked how you will be the favored. And when you become the favored, you get more coaching, you get more attention, you get more support. Now, how many of you on here are coaches or consultants or trainers? Just put yes in the chat if you fall into that category of being a coach, consultant, and trainer. Now, I want you to put an X in the chat if you absolutely are guilty of giving certain people more attention than others. I'm a big X. How many of you would be an X? And who gets more attention than others? The people that what? Take your advice, take your actions. They run with it. They do something with it, right? Give me a thumbs up if everybody's like, that makes total sense. That's who I want you to be over the next 3 days in this. Oh my God, did you see? I made glitter. How did I make glitter? Oh my God, Bixby, is that it? I know, I want more glitter. I want more glitter. So that's what I want you to do over the next few days. I want you to be so engaged. I don't want you to break your gaze with me. I promise you, you're going to get more out of these 3 days than you have gotten out of some courses that you paid $10,000 for. You want to know why? I'm going to overpromise and overdeliver. You want to know why? I'm going to pour into you just like I pour into my clients who pay me $50,000 a year. You want to know why? I'm going to act as if your success depends on what I give you over the next 3 days. You want to know why? My energy is going to be 10x of your energy this entire time. You want to know why? I'm going to take everything you say in the chat, everything you give, everything you ask, and I'm going to turn it into content that is specific that you're able to implement immediately. That's who I am. That's how I show up. Tell me in the chat how you're going to show up over the next 3 days. Tell me who you're going to be. Tell me how you're going to act. Tell me how you're going to show up. Tell me what you're going to do with the content that I give you. Tell me in the chat. You're going to be committed. I love it, Dee. I love it. I love it. Christine saying, yes, let's go. I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to be your favorite, Suzanne. I love that. Same name, right? It works. I want this. I'm ready. I'm engaged. I'm open-minded. I love that, Nicole. Tamika saying I'm open. I'm going to take action. I am all in. I'm going to win with your tools. That's right, because I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share resources. I'm going to share tools with you. I'm going to share opportunities with you over the next 3 days. And your job is to say, yes, go. Let's go. Put that in the chat. Yes, go. That's what we're going to do together. What I'm doing right now is I'm showing you the type of speaker you need to be. I haven't even started teaching you yet. I haven't even started training you yet. I'm a mess today because I'm getting ready to go work out after this. But I can tell you, those of you that are ready to take action and you're willing to do the work, you are already engaged. And that's what I'm going to teach you and train you to do, be, and have over the next 3 days. So I know a lot of you have never joined me before. Again, I'm Suzanne Evans. Welcome to the Selling from the Stage 3-Day Challenge. By the end of these 3 days, here's what you're going to have. Here's what you're going to have at the end of these 3 days. You're going to know exactly where to talk. You're going to know what to say when you give your talk. And you are going to know how to make money speaking, real money speaking, not some bullshit money speaking that people online are telling you, oh, just go out and share your story. The world wants to hear your story. News fucking flash, the world doesn't give a damn about your story. They don't care about your story, but I will teach you what they care about. I will teach you what to say. I will teach you where to say it. I will teach you how to say it. Put in the chat me if you're out speaking, but you're not making much money from it. Put me in the chat if you're like, I've done some speaking, right? But I'm not really out there making much money from it. So I'm going to teach you exactly why as well. I'm going to teach you how to make offers. We don't have a lot of time together over the next 3 days. I usually spend about 40 to 45 minutes each day with you because I'm also really fast. How many of you love to spend way too much time learning something? Do you just love to spend way too much time learning something? No, I'm fast. I'm going to get you what you need and get you out because I actually want you implementing. So you're going to know where to speak. You're going to know what to say, and you're going to know how to make money. So I started out as a secretary. I was making $45,000 a year, and I wasn't unhappy. I'm a happy person. You could put me in the middle of a ditch digging horse poop, and I'll smile about it and whistle Dixie because I love life. But I wasn't making any money, and I knew it wasn't what I was meant to do in the world. Right? Knew it wasn't what I was meant to do in the world. So I went down a path of what do I want to be when I grow up? Listen, it was an interesting life. I opened 5 Broadway shows. I was an assistant producer for Broadway shows. It's a fancy word for secretary. I was an assistant. And I opened, put Usher into Chicago, Reba McEntire into Annie Get Your Gun. I opened, let's see, Chicago, Annie Get Your Gun, Sweet Charity, A Wonderful Town, and Seussical, the musical. So when I decided I wanted to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, I didn't want to make $45,000 a year. I was 6 figures in debt at the time. I went on a path to discover that, right? And I'll leave it at this. I won't go through the boring details of what that path looked like, but I landed on coaching. I landed on coaching and I was fascinated by it. I'd never heard of coaching. I didn't know what it was, but I said, my gosh, I feel like I should hire a coach. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So I did what every highly successful, eventual successful entrepreneur does. I looked for the cheapest coach I could find. Guys, I was making $45,000 a year and 6 figures in debt, but I found an amazing coach. I worked with that coach and I immediately knew that's what I wanted to do. So I'm working a 60-hour-a-week day job, but I decided to build a coaching business. And I jumped right in. My path to success should not surprise you because I did what most people do on their path to success. I got ready to start getting ready to start planning, to almost be ready to start planning, to get ready to start planning, to almost be ready to launch my business. Can I get a hell yeah in the chat if anybody right now can relate to that? I was getting ready to plan, to get ready to start, right? And so here I am working a 60-hour-a-week day job. I know I want to start this business, and I'm not doing the things that you need to do to start the business. But we had opened Seussical the musical to a $12 million loss. And I was working for a company that does not take loss lightly, and they needed something to get up and get going, and they needed a show fast. And so we had Sweet Charity out of town. The way the Broadway theater industry works is you usually take a show out of town before you bring it in town. And so Sweet Charity was out of town. It was starring Christina Applegate, and she had broken her ankle in Detroit and broken her attitude in Minneapolis. Things were not going so great. But we finally have the show in New York, and now my 60-hour-a-week day job is a 70-hour-a-week day job because we're in wet techs, which is dress rehearsals. And so I'm sitting on the third row in dress rehearsals of Sweet Charity, wanting to be somewhere else because I knew I wanted to start this business, and thinking about, wow, when am I going to get this business going? When am I going to do what I say that I'm going to do? And there's this number in Sweet Charity. Of course, these showgirls with legs above my head all come to the front of the stage. And there's this number where they sing, there's got to be something better than this. There's got to be something bigger to do. And when I find out something better to do, I'm going to get up and go live it. And I went, shit, they are singing to me. When I find that something better to do, I'm going to get up, get out, and go live it. And I was like, listen, I get this. Listen, I am an evolved woman. I DVR Oprah. First, you get the whisper, then you get the tap, then you get the 2x4. If I do not launch my business today, what else am I going to need? What kind of sign am I going to need? Because I know God has a sense of humor, because we ran that number 27 times that night because there was a lighting issue. 27 times those women are singing, get up, get out, and go do something. So I said, I'm not going to get hit by a cab for the message. I'm going to start my business. And I did. I launched my business the next day. I got my first 2 clients in the next few days. They each paid me $50 a month, but I was in business. I was in business. I was exchanging my value for income. And that year, while working a 60-hour-a-week day job, I grew the business to 6 figures while working a 60-hour-a-week day job. And I did not quit my job after I hit 6 figures. Now I was making like $50,000 in the job, $100,000 in the business, and I did not quit my day job. And here's why. A job is the best business loan you will ever have, no interest, and you don't have to pay it back. And I held on to that day job, and in year 2, while making $60,000 a year in my job, my side hustle made me $250,000 a year. $250,000 a year. So I grew that business from 0 to $250,000 a year in 2 years while working a 60-hour-a-week day job. Why is this important to tell you? Well, there's two reasons. Number one, I
can't hear.
have multiple musical theater degrees, and I took out student loans, so I'm committed to singing to an audience anytime I can get in front of them. That's the first reason I tell the story. The second reason is I want you to know how I grew a business from 0 to multiple six figures as a side hustle. I did one thing. What do you think it is? Put it in the chat. I used one strategy and one strategy only. You're exactly right, Melanie. Speaking. So I want you to know all this busy work you're doing in marketing, all this running around, busy, learning, all of these webinars, all this shit that you're doing, you can sit it all down today. You can get rid of all of it. You can stop feeling like you have to be a social media maven and you have to be high tech and you have to know how to do fucking funnels. You don't have to know how to do any of that. You do exactly what I tell you to do the next 3 days, and you can build a multiple six and seven figure business in record time doing one thing that is low tech and high touch. It's exactly what I did. I did speaking, right? I did speaking. And, right, I did some networking. I did a couple of networking groups. That's all I did to get to multiple six figures. And it's exactly what I'm going to teach you over the next few days. So I want to start with a little quiz to all of you. If you were having fun already, just give me a hell yeah in the chat. Are you glad you showed up today? Am I keeping it real for you? Am I giving you the energy that you want? Because that's what I'm here to do. By the end of these 3 days, you're going to be a different person. You're going to be a different speaker. You're going to be a different business owner. And you're going to see your life, and you're going to see your vision, and you're going to see your potential in a totally different way. Okay. So I want to start off with a little quiz with everybody. So when I say Brene Brown, what do you think of? When I think of Brene Brown, put it in the chat. When I say Brene Brown, what do you think of? What are they known for? That's what I'm asking. Great. Vulnerability. Okay, great. When I say, for those of you that are marketers in the room, Russell Brunson, what do you think of? What is he known for, right? Funnels, great. Funnels, great. When I say Tony Robbins, what is he known for? What is Tony, right? Yeah, some of you may not have heard of these people. That's fine. Motivation, events, also, right? Very famous for events. Exactly. When I say Oprah, what is she known for? What is she known for when I say Oprah? Okay, talk shows, interviewing. We're just getting some love letters to Oprah. Talk show, a motivator, presenter. Yeah, so you're talking about media mogul. Most of what you all said, we could put it all together in that, right? So I could go on and on and on, right? I could go on and on and on and ask you for different things. I can ask you people and say, what are they known for? Here's what you did when I asked you that question. I said, what are they known for? And you told me their topic. Actually, none of these are correct. None of these are correct. You gave me their topic. What they're known for is speaking. What they're known for is speaking. Brene Brown would not be Brene Brown if she had not done a TED Talk, and you wouldn't know who the hell she was. Oprah, if she did not speak every day, all day, if you're still a follower of Oprah, she has her life class. It's all speaking. All Tony Robbins does, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you a story about him in just a second about speaking. Russell Brunson, take away his speaking and Russell Brunson doesn't have a business, right? These people are all known for speaking. The challenge that most of you are having in business, and let me just do a check-in with you. Tell me in the chat, what do you see as your biggest challenge in making money in your business? Put in the chat what you see as your biggest challenge in making money in your business. I don't know how. Finding clients, sales, time, invisibility, lack of leads, people don't know about me, getting gigs, self-confidence, finding lead. Okay, I haven't seen, and I may have missed a couple, but I haven't seen a single thing come through in that chat that speaking does not solve. I haven't. Credibility. Speaking is the fastest path to credibility. Let me tell you this other piece about speaking. And I'll come back to Tony in just a second. I told you I was going to tell you something there. This other piece about speaking is it transcends all personality types. You want to write this down. It transcends all personalities and it transcends all industries. All personalities and all industries. Very few things that you can say that is the case. It transcends both of those. So if you're an introvert, speaking is brilliant for you. If you're an extrovert, speaking is brilliant for you. If you're in insurance, speaking is brilliant for you. If you are in mental health, speaking is brilliant for you. There is no industry that speaking is not the fastest, best way for you to grow your business, right? For you to grow your business. So here's the deal. Tony Robbins saw Jim Rohn speak. Jim Rohn is many of you probably know him. He is one of the, godfathers of the personal development movement. And he heard Jim Rohn say, I built this empire by doing 3 speaking gigs a week. And Tony Robbins said, wow, I wonder what I could build if I did 3 speaking gigs a day. And the way Tony Robbins grew his business was he did a breakfast speech, a lunch speech, and a dinner speech. He spoke 3 times a day for several years, and that's how he grew his business. Let's go to Louise Hay. She did the same thing. Louise Hay put her books in the back of her car, and she said, I'm going to travel the country with a bunch of books in the trunk of my car, and I'm going to book speaking gigs. And then I'm going to sell my books, or I'm going to get my books in this, small bookstore, or in this opportunity, right? Speaking is the only way you're going to grow your business. I want you to hear the bold claim I just made, and I want you to all put it in the chat, because I want you to live it. I want you to be it. I want you to say yes right now. Remember, you committed that you were going to say yes to me. Speaking is the only way to grow your business. I was on a call with Eben Pagan about 6 months ago, and I asked Eben, I did not expect the answer I got from him. I said, Eben, if I took away your ability to do speaking gigs, right? Like, what would you have left? What percentage of your business is built off of speaking? His answer was 100%. 100%. And if you look, I want you all to think about, in your industry and in your space, who is the person that if you had a magic wand, you would aspire to be like? You can put it in the chat if you want to. All of you, lots of you in different industries. But for the industry that you're in, if there was an aspirational person, somebody saying Oprah, somebody saying me, put in the chat, who is the person that you aspire to model your business after? You'd love to have just a piece of what they have, right? You would love to have Mel Robbins, Renee. I love it, right? Throw a person in. If you don't have a person, that's something you need to do. You need to know who you're chasing. I'm always chasing somebody. Who can I chase? Who can I learn from? James Van Praagh, Jack Canfield, James Earl Jones, Myron Golden. I love it. Yes. So you're seeing names in there. Every single one of those people, there's not been a name yet put in there that their primary focus isn't speaking. So take a deep breath, everybody. We have established that the most successful people in your space and in your industry, Zig Ziglar, John Maxwell, their primary focus is speaking. Let's have a vulnerable, honest moment right now. Put no in the chat if your primary focus has not been speaking. Just put no in the chat if your primary focus has not been speaking. Look at this, everybody. I want you to look at the chat. I want you all to be so relieved right now. You could leave right now. Please don't. Please don't. I want you to stay. I got a lot of content for you. But I want you to be relieved right now. Let me tell you why. Is anybody having an aha right now without me having taught a single piece of core content yet? Just put yes, amen, hell yeah, absolutely, aha in the chat if you've already had an aha in these first 22 minutes without me actually getting into any of the deep core content yet. Yes, because you're focused on the wrong things. You're focused on the expensive things. You're focused on the things that require a lot of marketing acumen. You are focused on the things that don't get a fast result. You are focused on the things that aren't connection based. You are focused on the things that are harder to achieve. And you can lay that down and we can focus on speaking. We can focus on speaking, right? There's a few reasons speaking is your fastest path to cash. Put fastest path to cash in the chat. There's a few reasons that speaking is your fastest path to cash. One of the reasons is, let me put this here for you. One of the top reasons is it's free. Now, let's talk about what kind of speaking we are talking about here, right? Well, let me get to that in just a second. One of the reasons it's fastest path to cash is there's no expense. You don't need team to do it, right? So you can absolutely do it alone. There is not a cost. There's a cost to some speaking, and we'll talk about that today. That's actually going to be our where to speak is going to be our topic today. But it's free. You don't need team to do it. It is super low tech, right? Super low tech. And here's the main reason, number 4. It is fail proof. It is fail proof. Many of you said you want credibility. Fastest way to get credibility is speaking. Many of you said you need visibility. Fastest way to get visibility is speaking. Raise your hand and shake it in my face if you need leads. Do you need leads? Is that one of your issues? Fastest way to get leads is through speaking. Shake your hand in my face if you need clients who already are hungry for what you do. Right? They're already, yeah, when you speak, you create hunger for what you do. I could go on and on and on and on, but it is the fastest path to cash. And that's just 4 of the main reasons that it is the fastest path to cash. So how do you get out there and speak? Where do you speak, right? That's what we're going to focus on today. So in each of these 3 days, and you want to go ahead and carve out the 3 days, it's cumulative. You do not want to miss a day. We are here tomorrow and the next day, same time, 12 Eastern. So where do you speak? There are 3 types of speaking gigs. You either book stages, and you want to write these 3 down. Somebody throw it in the chat for me. You book stages, you buy stages, or you build stages. You book stages, you buy stages, or you, thank you so much, you just put that in the chat, or you build stages. And I'm going to walk you through each of these, right? Each of these types of stages. Now, the first thing I want you to know is if you came here today going, I want to learn how to get paid to speak, you're confused. Let me say that again. You came here today to say, I want to learn how to get to paid, like to be a keynoter, right? You are confused, right? Let me say more. The keynoting industry is a dying industry. Anybody know why? Anybody want to throw into the chat why the keynote industry is a dying industry? What I'm going to be speaking about with you today, tomorrow, and Thursday is how to find your own stages and then make 10 times what you could make off of being paid to speak. This is not the place to learn how to be. Oh, she's just repeating. I want to hear somebody make a guess. Somebody make a guess. Throw in the chat why the keynote industry is a dying industry. I want to see it in the chat. Throw it in there. Just make a guess. Let's have fun. We're all in this together. Somebody said Zoom. Zoom is certainly, people keynote on Zoom because you can speak for free anywhere. Martin, absolutely. You're on the right track. Jessica, it doesn't produce leads. Okay. Yep. Everyone speaks for free now, Stella. You're right. But let me tell you, now that doesn't mean there's not a keynote industry. Of course, people still get paid to speak. Those people are typically people who have some level of celebrity, right? They have some level of celebrity. You're talking about someone who had a TV show, they were an athlete, they climbed Mount Everest, the first, African-American woman to ever do that. I have a former client who I got to see this week. She's the first African-American woman to ever fly a fighter jet. And she has this great story around it. She still keynotes, although she's changed her entire model because of the challenges of keynoting. Let me just be really clear with you. Again, eyeball to eyeball. You don't want to be a keynoter. There's not enough money in it, and it takes way too long to create the opportunities to get paid to keynote. Because you think about it. Who wants to do some math with me? Let's do some math, right? How many of you are here because you want to make money? Put money in the chat if you're like, yes, I want to speak. Yes, I want to make an impact. Yes, I want to make a difference. But I'm here because show me the money, Suzanne. Show me the money. I want money to buy things. I want money to change things. I want money to do things. I want money to make a difference. Yes, show me the money. So let's do a little math. I'm going to show you. Again, I just like to know that we're having fun. Can I get a thumbs up if you've had at least 2 ahas so far? Anybody had more than 1 aha? Just give me a thumbs up in the screen. You've had more than 1 aha. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about keynoting versus selling from the stage, right? So in a keynote, right, in the beginning, if you really bust ass and you really go out there and you really do everything you can, you're going to make somewhere between $500 and $5,000 per keynote, which really means most of you are going to fall in the 500 probably to 2K range, right? That's how much you're going to get paid to keynote. If you want a 6-figure business, you're going to have to book yourself 5 to 8 times a month to speak at that. So let's just call it to have a really good life. You're going to have to book yourself 8 times a month. And it's really hard to book. And you're going to have to travel for all of those. And there's going to be a lot of expenses attached to those. And you don't get any leads. Does this make sense, everybody, so far? Right? Let's talk about selling from the stage, right? In selling from the stage, you book yourself for free. You don't get paid, but you collect the leads from that. So let's just say you're speaking to a room of, let's do easy math, 40 people. That's not a huge room, is it? Right? That's not a huge room, but some of you may speak to rooms of 20 and you may speak to rooms of 100. So 40 people in the room. My clients easily close 50% of every room into a free offer, a fabulous free offer. And I'll teach you how to make those tomorrow. Fabulous free offer. So 20 of those people are now leads. Now I will tell you, a lot of my clients actually get 60 to 80% of the room, but let's just say 50% of them. 20 of those people are now leads. When you put them into a fabulous free offer, which I will teach you tomorrow, 20% of those 20% become clients. So that means out of that one room, you got 4 clients. If you charge, somebody tell me what you charge. What's a client worth to you? Throw it in the chat. I want to use a real example in the room. I'll see one of the first ones I see. I see 6,500, 4,000, 997, 297. 25,000, 2,000, 2,000. Okay, so let's just use, I'm seeing everything from 20,000 to $1,000. Let's use 3,000. That's about in the middle, right, everybody? So that's $3,000. You just made $12,000 from that one speaking gig. Now, that won't happen same day. It usually happens over a period of 90 days. Sometimes it takes even a little longer, but it's usually over a period of 90 days. You do that just 2 times a month, and you've got a $24,000 business until you raise your rates to 6,000, and then you have a 48,000. Okay, come on, Sarah. I'm killing you, aren't I, Sarah? I am killing you, Sarah. Look at Sarah. Seriously, right? This is what I'm talking about. Oh, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm hot. I got to take the jacket off. So this is why I teach people to speak. So let me give you some statistics for me and for my clients. I have made $65 million selling from the stage in the last decade. $65 million selling from the stage. Not a single keynote have I, that's not true. Like one person asked me to keynote once and I did it. It's like $5,000. $65 million. My clients, put B in the chat, put a capital B in the chat, because I don't want you to mess this up. I want you to hear what I'm about to say. Put a capital B in the chat. My clients in the last decade, myself and my clients combined, have closed $500 billion selling from the stage. $500 million selling from the stage, right? That's what I'm going to teach you to do. And let's get back to those stages. Did the math make sense? Did anybody have an aha from the math? Again, put yes in the chat, put aha in the chat, put hell yeah in the chat if you had an aha from the math. All right, now I'm going to be sharing a couple of resources with you today. Let's get through the 3 types of stages, and then I'm going to share a resource with you every single day, starting today. But I want to make sure you understand the stages, right? So, as I said, you can book them, you can buy them, or you can build them. Let's talk about each of these. So, if you are booking a stage, get ready for this statistic because it's going to blow your mind. So just so you know, everybody that's saying I'm freezing, I'm not freezing. That's your internet. It's not mine. Right? My team is seeing me perfectly fine, and there's 12 team members on right now. So if you're having an issue, maybe you want to turn your camera off. Sometimes that helps your internet. So if I'm freezing for you, just turn your internet, turn your camera off. That could help you, but we're fine on my end. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So when you book a stage, here's a crazy statistic for you. 7,000 meetings a day in the US and Canada that are looking for a speaker. Yeah, you heard me right. 7,000 meetings a day in the US and Canada. So I'm not even talking about Europe. I'm not talking about anywhere else. 7,000 meetings a day in the US and Canada who are looking for a speaker. You will never get to all of the opportunities in your lifetime. You will never get to all of the opportunities in your lifetime. That's number one. So how do you book a stage? So the way you book a stage is majority, about 90% of all of the stages I still book are booked from Google research. They're booked from Google research. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this, right? I mean, obviously I teach this for hours. I'm going to give you the 5-minute version, but give you an understanding of how to do this. We'll come back to that in just a second. So that's booking stages. You find a place, a meeting, an association, an event, a workshop that needs a speaker, you book yourself for free, you go in and you make a fabulous free offer, and the math works itself out like I just shared with you. That's booking stages. Buying stages, right? So this is, right, research, reach out, book. This is paying for stages. This is where you pay for the opportunity to be on a stage. Now, a lot of you are going to say, why would I pay to be on a stage? The reason you would do that is something called OPP. I want you to write down OPP. It's called Other People's People, OPP. So in the beginning, when you are building your business, a lot of times you don't have access to the leads that you need, but somebody else does. They've built a list. They're running an event. They have access to the people that would be a good fit for you. So if you can buy a stage opportunity and get in front of those people, it is a skyrocketing path to success. I won't go into this story, is a long story. I will tell you the 30-second version of it. But when I hit about the $300,000 mark in my business, I went to an event where I paid $50,000 to speak on a stage. Now that's going to sound crazy to a lot of you, and it was crazy to me because I didn't have $50,000. I literally burnt through every credit card. Actually, didn't have enough on all the cards. I burnt through the savings that I had saved to leave my day job, and I spent $50,000 selling from that stage. But I knew about this. I understood OPP, and when I did that, I was able to make an offer from that stage. And at the event itself, I closed about $87,000. So I was up $37,000, right? So a good return on my investment, except over the next year and a half, that one stage turned into $1.2 million. $1.2 million. So this is the strategy of buying stages. Now, there are stages that'll cost you $300, $400 to be a part of, and there's stages that'll cost you $40,000, $50,000. There's a wide range. I've bought stages for $700. I've bought stages for $200. I've bought stages for $50,000. But these are the three categories you want to be really clear about, that you want to be doing all three at some point. Now, book by build. Build is you have your own stage. What do you think the type of stages I built today with all of you over this challenge over the next 3 days? I built my own stage. So when you see somebody host a webinar, or you see somebody host an event, or you see somebody on a Facebook Live, you are building your own stage. Everybody can build their own stage straight out of the gate. It used to be that you couldn't because you didn't have a list and who was going to come to your webinar. But now we have Facebook Live, we have Instagram Live, we have TikTok Live. So you can come out of the gate with your own stage immediately. So these are the three foundational stages that you want to utilize, right, constantly to get yourself booked. I am going to share a resource with you. And then I'm going to come and teach you how to book yourself on your stages before we leave today. Day one is usually a little longer than day 2 and day 3 because we have to get going. I tell my story, I get you set up. But book by build. I'm going to come back in about 3 minutes and I'm going to teach you how to book yourself. Does anybody want to know that? Would anybody like to know how to book yourself on your stage, how to use Google, how to use a free resource at your fingertips to do that? We are going to do that. So just doing another check-in. Put the number of ahas in the chat you have had since we started about 42 minutes ago. Just 12, 5, 1, 42, 10, 3, 500. Okay, Caitlin works for me. That's not fair. 5, Caitlin. Nancy saying 10. Debbie saying another 42. I love that. The 42 number is really kicking around. 37 and a half. I love it. I love it. I love it. So here's the thing. If you've had more than a few ahas from me today, I want to give you an opportunity to have 1,000 ahas from me. I want to give you an opportunity to be a Veronique Preen. Veronique Preen, client of mine who came to an event similar to what I'm sharing with you, and she was making $700 a month. No, I'm sorry, $300 a month, and she went on to build a $3 million business in under 5 years. Jean Kuhn came to me making a couple of $100s a month and has a $500,000 business. Alexis Caldecott, my client, she is doing her 3rd event next week. She has had 3 events in the last 12 months, all of which have made her multiple 6 figures. So I want to share that resource with you as well. Guys, I think I'm going to blow your mind that this is a no-brainer. So I will tell you this. I'm going to share a resource with you. You're all going to say yes to it because you've had the ahas to know that speaking is what you're missing. Speaking is the fastest path to cash. But I will tell you, I have a bonus that is limited. The opportunity isn't limited for anybody, but the bonus is limited. So I want you to be fast fingers. I want you to be first in line. I want you to be the person that says, holy hell, this is my year. I'm going to speak. There's 7,000 meetings a day that need a speaker. Why the hell haven't I been booking those? That's where my leads are. If Suzanne's clients can go to multiple 6 and 7 figures in a year to 18 months, this is it for me. So I want to share this quick resource with you. We have 3 days together. We've got 2 more days of really great content, but I can't give everything to you in 3 days of 30 to 45 minutes. I just simply can't. So I want to invite you. I want to invite you to my 3-day event, and I just realized this is a brand new computer. This is the first time I'm using it. So it's not letting me share screen. Wow, we won't share screen. We're going to figure this out, folks, aren't we? We're going to do it together. My 3-day event. Captivate the event, and it is April 30th, May 1st, and 2nd. It's a virtual event, April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd. If you've gotten just a couple of ahas out of today, I'm going to blow your mind over 3 days. It is the premier speaker training event of the year. If you have heard of Shanda Sumter, I train Shanda Sumter on speaking. If you have heard of Jay Facette, I train Jay Facette on speaking. If you've heard of Danny Eny, if you've heard of Josh Turner, if you've heard of David Bayer, if you have heard some of the biggest names in the industry, I've trained them on speaking, and I want to walk you through the exact same training. It's a 3-day event. It is April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd. You are going to learn to position yourself as the leader in your industry, create an irresistible signature talk, become absolutely captivating, build a powerful personal brand, diversify your revenue streams, fill your programs and sell out your products, scale and leverage, and you are going to become unstoppable, because when you become a powerful speaker who knows how to steal the show, and I teach you how to steal the show. When you walk into a networking event, you steal the show. When you get on a webinar, you steal the show. When you get on a Facebook Live, you steal the show. When you book a speaking gig, you steal the show. When you get on a sales call, you steal the show. Put steal the show in the chat, because that's exactly what I'm going to show you to do. How to do April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd. And here's the deal. It's a $497 ticket, $97 today. If you don't invest $97 into your future, you're not serious about business. You're a hobbyist. $97. The link is going in the chat. Chat freeze, everybody. My team is going to drop the link. It's Captivate special offer. Grab it, because I'm going to share a bonus with you that is only going to be for a select group of people. So if you know you want to learn how to speak, you want to learn how to steal the show, you want to learn how to make offers from stage, you want to learn how to take speaking online, offline, you want to know how to get gigs, and you want to go beyond the 3 days that we're going to spend together, you want to be in that room where it happens. This is where some of the top leaders in the industry have been in that room with me to learn my exact strategy that I have used to close $65 million from the stage. It's the exact strategy I used to get a New York Times best-selling book. It's the exact strategy that I used to go to a multiple seven-figure business in under 3 years. So the link is in the chat, and here's the bonus for those of you that are ready. For the first, and this is going to be for the 3 days. So you see how many people are online right now? 158 of you. We'll pick up more people tomorrow and the day after. So for the first 47 of you only, and we'll continue this tomorrow, but when the 47 is over, when it's done, it's done. For the first 47 of you, I'm going to gift you my program called the Speaking Solution. This is a program that I sold 500 units of at $2,000. I sold it for $19.97, and I sold 500 units of it in a large launch, one of the largest launches we ever did. I sold that for $19.97, and I'm gifting it to the first 47 of you. So you are getting the 3-day ticket that includes everything you could need to become a multiple 6- and 7-figure speaker to grow your business. And you are getting my $2,000 program, the Speaking Solution. You are getting that as well, so that you can grow your business. Are we? Let's see. All right, link is there, everybody. Link is there, and link is not working. Is anybody else having an issue with the link working? Because it's not opening for me. Okay, just open for me. Great. So you may have all hit it at the same time, but there is the link, and that is going to position you with everything you need to grow your business to multiple 6 and 7 figures, multiple 6 and 7 figures. So the link is there, and you are going to have the opportunity for the first 47 of you only, and now that's going to be about the first 40 of you. I see about 7 of them have come in. That is going to give you the opportunity to also get my entire course, the Speaking Solution, that teaches you how to sell from the stage, how to book gigs, how to be confident, how to be captivating, how to write your speech, and then how to turn your speech into content and turn your speech into an amazing opportunity where you grow your business. It's going to show you how to take that talk and have a back-end offer so that you grow your business to multiple 6, 7 figures. Okay, I'm going to let you all fill that out. I see lots of you coming in now. I'll let you know where we are at the bonuses in just a little bit. And what about the people who bought before? Nicole, depending on where you bought, depending on the bonuses you have. Somebody's saying I'm blocked. Somebody's saying that they're having challenges getting on. It is opening for me now. If you have any issues, we're going to give you a phone number. We're going to give you a phone number, and we are going to give you our email. So if you have any issues, or you need to use PayPal or Venmo, we can also do that. So the team is saying copy and paste works. So team, can somebody update me? I want to get back into teaching this last piece. But team, if you can let me know, because it seems like we're having the exact same issue we had last time. All right, team. It is opening for me now. Is anybody having an issue? Anybody else having an issue? Great. Well, we've got the phone number there, and we've got the email. So if you are having,
and can we pause chat, team? Whoever's running this, please pause the chat, and let's get the link in there.
Yep, we're gonna give you the link again.
Thanks.
Sorry, some people were having some hiccups, so just hang tight with us for 1 minute. Let me get everybody up to speed so that they get the bonus, and then I'm gonna go back into teaching. Awesome. Love Mail's got purchased. Awesome. It looks like we have probably about 30 of those bonuses left. So jump in. I will say this, like, this is the best. Let me also say this. I always say this. Invest the $97. And if you get to the end of day one of this event and you are not happy with day one, I'll refund your $97. Keep all the bonuses, keep everything, right? This will be the best event you ever attended. I have no doubt. I can tell you the way we run our events, the content that we provide, it'll be the best event you ever attended. So jump in, grab the bonus, and sorry for the delay. Sometimes that happens. And sometimes I know we have a hiccup. So just letting the team get caught up, and I appreciate your patience. I'm going to teach you how to book gigs on Google. Don't worry. I always honor my commitment. It's okay. We're going a little bit longer. I'm so sorry, but I want to give you everything that I can give you today, because tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to write your speech and how to make your offer. And then on day 3, I'm going to teach you exactly how to do your own speaker math and build a back end that brings you in multiple 6 or 7 figures. Oh, somebody's saying, is it $97 for 5 months? No, it's $97. You're done. $97 in and out, Joanna. Absolutely not. I don't even know what the 5 months is about, but I'll take your $97 for 5 months. If you want to pay me every month for 5 months, I'll take it. It's $97 in and out. It's a 3-day event. It's a 3-day event. And that $97 covers everything that you need for the event. And it includes even some special bonus sessions and some other things. And for the first 47 of you, and there's 19 of those left, you're going to get the $2,000 program, the Speaking Solution. So make sure you jump in. We're going to put the link in there. And if you are having any problems, or you want to use PayPal, or you want to use Venmo, you can email us. Okay. So if you have to buzz out early, 2 things to let you know as we go into this training. Number 1, is that for my event, Captivate the event, there is, we do not offer any recordings. There's a reason for that. So you need to clear your schedule. The reason we don't offer recordings is because it's a cumulative event where you will actually be building your speech and practicing your speech on site. How does that sound? Right? You will actually be practicing your speech on site, and you will be building it, right? So there are no replays for the 3-day event, but there are replays for the challenge that we're in right now. So if for any reason you have to pop out today, in our Driven Entrepreneurs group, which you should have all been a part of. If you haven't joined yet, join it. The links, we're feeding live into there. And so today, tomorrow, and the next day will be in there, but be here live. Can you feel the difference of the energy live, right? So the hours of that day, we started about 11 a.m. Eastern for the Captivate event, and we go into the evening. We do evening sessions. We take a big lunch break, and we take a big dinner break as well. Although I do have lunch speakers, because guys, I try to pour into you as much content as I possibly can for 3 days. So if somebody said I was denied to get into the group, you didn't like my answer. So sometimes it looks like you're a bot. So just go in and try again, or send us an email and say, I'm a real person, and we'll get you in there. Okay. And it looks like we have about 12 of those bonuses left. So keep working on those bonuses. And tomorrow, I literally set up this laptop right before we started. It's a brand new, not laptop, desktop. And for some reason, I've got to fix something so that I can screen share with you. I've got a great video I'll show you tomorrow. So make sure you join us tomorrow as well. So when you are booking stages, there's a matrix that you want to use. So I literally go into Google to do all of this. And here's the matrix I use. At the Captivate event, I will go into super detail on this. I'll even have samples, examples, and models of people showing you exactly how to do this. So I'm going to get you started today. And then at the event, right, we'll show you specifically how to do all of this with giving you, let me see if I have this. This is one of the things that we will be covering at the event. 2 things. Let me pull these really quick. The first is you're going to see this leads map. And this is also going to help you with not only booking gigs, but also after you have the gigs, what you do with the leads. And there's a combination of organic, owned, and paid. And I'm going to teach you about all of that. In addition to that, you are going to see what we call our 7-figure speaker path. So this is really what I walk you through in what you use to become a 7-figure speaker. So I will cover every single one of those pieces for you at the event. And it starts with your value proposition. And your value proposition is really what gets you booked. So let me show you what that means here. So this is target market. This is name. And this is location. So you want to make a little grid for yourself just like that. Again, I'm going to get you going with this. I'm going to teach you this today. And those of you that are joining us at the event, you're going to see this in a really, really specific, bigger way. But this is going to get you going. So your target market, I'm going to use somebody. Hold on. Sarah, you've been a wonderful on this and giving attention. Sarah, tell everybody who you are and what you do. Oh, let me speak again.
Am I unmuted?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I am a business relationship marketing consultant. So I help industries and organizations build their team and their community. So I help them build relationships with their customers and audiences in their communities.
Okay, great. So can you tell me who you would consider your target market?
Business owners, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits.
So can you get even more specific than that?
Business owners.
Okay, what kind of
primarily I've spoken to chiropractors.
Okay, this is getting even better. I'm going to use a few things for you. So I'm going to start with chiropractors, right? Just for the hell of it. So her target market is chiropractors. This is literally what you're going to put in the Google search, Sarah. Okay, you're going to put chiropractors, and then you're going to put event. Where do you live, Sarah?
Michigan.
I always say, like, start off where you live, and I'll explain this in a second. Michigan. So what's going to happen is you're going to pull up events that have to do with chiropractors. Awesome. You're going to reach out to those people, and you are going to say, do you accept outside speakers? That's all you say in the email or the phone call. You don't say, hey, you should see me speak. I do this and I do that. And this. No, you just say, do you accept outside speakers? That's all you say. That's all you say. And they're going to say, yes. And you're going to say, great, what's the next step in me being considered? Or they're going to say, no, we don't. You're going to go, thank you so much. Have a great day. But this is where this gets so fun, everybody. It's a matrix. She also said business owners. So she could replace chiropractor with business owner and do the same thing and get a different set of results. But then guess what happens, everybody? She can replace event with the word meeting and put business owner meeting Michigan and get a different set of results. But guess what, everybody? She could get rid of Detroit, get rid of Michigan, and she could put Detroit. And she could put chiropractor meeting Detroit and get a different set of results. Well, then she could put small biz conference virtual and get a different set of results. Let me just say something. I could stay with you guys for 4 hours and do this. If you do this for 2 hours a week, and you create a spreadsheet for yourself. Guys, this does not need to be fancy. Yes, do I have software that we recommend that does this for you? I do. I have a software that costs $15 a month. Super cheap, but do you have to have it? Absolutely not. Would any of you like to see my very first original matrix and my list of speaking gigs from 14 years ago that helped me grow a multiple six-figure business while working a 60-hour weekday job? Would you like to see that? Beg for it. Let me see it in the chat. Beg for it. Come on, come on, come on. We're still having fun. Those of you that are still hanging out with me, we're having fun. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Hold on. It's in this notebook. It's in this journal. And this, hold on. It's almost turning into like material. It's so old. You know how paper gets thin? This was my original list of tracking 14 years ago. I've kept it for 14 years. I did my research every single week. I put it on a piece of toilet paper and I reached out to those people simply saying, do you accept outside speakers? And I booked myself to speak. Now, let me tell you what for me was a trap. I was in a day job working 60 hours a week, so I could only book gigs on the weekends or at night after 7:30. Many of you have the freedom and flexibility to speak all day long, anytime. I did go to a network meeting. On occasion, I could squeeze in a breakfast something, but I was really limited. So take away your limitations. Know that there's 7,000 meetings a day in the US, Canada. That's how you book them. You can also buy them, and then you start to build them, and you are unstoppable. I'm going to leave you with a thought today. And I hope this changes your entire life. So if you're multitasking or you've had to listen to me while you're doing something else, I get it. I understand what the world is. I'm going to ask that you stop for 1 second and you lean in a little bit like the beautiful Catherine is doing, that you lean in and just stop multitasking, just lean in. I'm only going to take 45 seconds for this last part. I have the math to prove this, and I will prove it to you on day 3. Every single person on this Zoom right now, look in my eyes. I want you to feel this. Every single person on this Zoom right now is 48 speaking gigs away from $1 million. I have the math to prove it. You're 48 speaking gigs away from $1 million business. That should blow your mind. It should fire you up. It should get you excited. This is doable. For some of you, you can do that in a year. For some of you, you may need to do that over the course of 3 years. Does this make sense, everybody? But how many of you will totally buy into building $1 million business over the course of 3 years? You are 48 speaking gigs away from $1 million. I want you to know that. I want you to feel that. I want you to know. I understand you've been wasting your time. I want you to know you've made this harder than it needs to be. I want you to know that there's a lot of people teaching you stuff and selling you things because they need to sell you things, and they've made it harder for you than it has to be. I want you to know that you can use your natural ability. You can use your gifts. You can simply be a connector and you can have $1 million business. I want you to know that when you take the stage, you grow your credibility, you grow your visibility. I want you to know this doesn't have to be hard. I want you to know you don't have to be high tech. I want you to know you don't have to have 100,000 followers on TikTok. I want you to know that you can be 78 years old or you can be 32 years old. I want you to know you can be fat and you are 48 speeches away from $1 million. I want you to know that you can be an introvert and you are 48 speeches away from $1 million. I want you to know that you can do this. I have thousands of people I've done it for, and I want to do it for you. And I want you to write 48 on a Post-it note, and I want you to put it all over your house today. And for the next 3 days, I want you to get so juiced up about that you can do this, that you are 48 stages away from $1 million. We're going to do it together. This can be simpler. It can be easier, and you can do this. Team, I want you to drop the link in the chat. I know we have some bonuses left. I don't think there's a lot, but we have a few bonuses left. We have 2 more days of training. Are you going to be back tomorrow? Are you going to be back for 2 more days of training? Yes, I do not want you to miss it. I want you to be live. Tomorrow, I'm going to teach you what to say on stage. The next day, I'm going to teach you the math and the offers that you make on stage. So chat freeze, everybody. Put the Captivate special offer link there. If you didn't join me when I first offered it earlier today, come on. I have poured into you this time. I want to pour into you for 3 days. I want you to be successful because money is not for buying things. Money is for changing things. And when you have the money that you should be making, you use it to make a difference in your family's life, in your life, in the world. And I'm going to show you how to be a rich speaker and have a huge impact. I've got a limited time with you over the next few days, but I don't have a limited time with you when I am with you at the Captivate event. So join us for the Captivate event. Join us tomorrow. You guys have been an amazing audience. And the way to being an amazing speaker is you start by being an amazing audience. I'll see you tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern. Let's do this again. Hugs and hell yes, everybody. Have a great day.